All right, this is Micah Beckwith here with you again from Sing Love Worship and Northview Church in Indianapolis. Just going over how to use our tracks live in Ableton and the setup that we use and that I really like to use. And so we've got our multi-tracks. We brought them into Ableton. We organized them, created the markers. We consolidated all of that from our arrangement view. We consolidated all of this into a session view file right here. All right, so now we're going to edit these and we're going to roll with them. So the first thing I want to do is I just want to clean it up. So this is me just being kind of, just kind of OCD a little bit. I'm going to shift click and highlight all of my clicks, and down here which says I got 15 clips selected, I'm going to type click. And then I always like to put the tempo in just because that way I know for sure what it is. I'm going to do the same thing for drums, highlight them all, and then come down here, drums. And this one for bass, boom, bass, alright, EG1, and then AG, keys, there we go, BGBs. Perfect. Okay, so got that, and then also too, you notice in my repeats, I've got these little dash numbers here that tell me the clips. I don't really like that, so I'm just gonna highlight them. I'm gonna hit down, over, delete, delete, down, over, delete, delete. You can get kind of fast at it if you do it enough. All right, sweet. And I think these ones are all good. I just want to double check them, just because I like it to be clean. There's a couple there. Sweet. All right, so this is my song. Now over here in the master, I'm going to name these, and this is why it's really important that we did the guide and we broke them all out so we can see what scene. This is all, like, all this row would be a scene. We can tell what scene this is. So the first scene is our count scene, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to name the song. So this is go tell it / this is Amazing Grace. It's kind of long actually, so I'm just going to shortcut. This is Amazing Grace, TIAG. All right, and then we're going to this is where Ableton is really cool. We're going to actually put the tempo of the song we want it in. And right now it's 98. Doesn't matter right now because the global's 98, but when we actually start adding other songs in to a set, you'll see why this is important. So I'm going to say 98 BPM, and then I'm going to tell it it's in 444/4. Now when I hit enter, you're going to notice this arrow goes to blue. Boom, and it's at blue right now. So anytime I click the start of the song, no matter what the global tempo and time signature were before, it's going to change it to 98 beats per minute, 4/4. This is super cool because I could have go tell it, this is Amazing Grace, and I could have Joy to the World right underneath it. And the moment it got done with this song right here and went to Joy to the World, it would change the global tempo and the parameters, and that's like super nice. You wouldn't have to do anything. So now I'm gonna right click on this, and that's gonna be red. And then I'm gonna name these. So the first one, now I'm looking at my guide track over here. So we have intro, hit tab, verse, we'll say go tell it, and then we have chorus. This is Amazing Grace, breakdown, turn around, verse, go tell it. All right, chorus, Amazing Grace, break down. We have a bridge, chill, bridge, build, breakdown again, chorus, all in, outro, and then we're gonna get rid of that. I always leave a blank one too because that helps when we're putting other songs in. If we need the space, once it gets to this blank one, it'll stop. And then I'm going to shift click, highlight all of these, turn these white. So now what will happen is when I play a song,
1, 2, 3,
it will
1,
normally go on to the next scene. Now it's not doing that right now, and here's why. for a couple different reasons. We have it's looping all these clips right now. If I highlight them all and then come down here to my file window, I got a loop located, or a loop on. So I'm gonna turn that off, and now when I play, it'll just stop. It won't go on. I could trigger this next one manually, like this, within the bar before. So anytime I trigger this, now it will go on. There we go. But I don't want to do that in a song. That would be really annoying. So what I'm going to do is on my guide track, if I go into my Max for Live, this is a Max for Live plugin. If you don't know how to use that, there's a lot of great tutorials out there on how to use it. But there's a plugin called the Follow plugin, and it'll follow each scene, and each scene it'll just go down. I'm gonna apply it to my guide track. Okay, so I'm gonna click on guide. I'm gonna double click follow scene, and I want it to the trigger to, like, when the scene is over. So at the end of the clip, at the end of this count clip or this intro clip, I want it to go on to the next clip. So you'll see right up here it says intro, and then it's gonna go on to the verse. And then my trigger time, I usually set that to about 7. And then what that basically is doing, that's putting this plug-in to the front of the line, and it's just allowing Ableton to read this first. And this is really important that it does. So now you'll see, go tell it, it's going to go into the intro, and it's going to trigger automatically and go into the next scene. So when the intro clip is done, so I'm going to open up my file window now. So when it gets to about like right here, you're gonna see it trigger the verse scene. So you'll see the little green light flash right there. It just flashed really quickly and went to the verse. So this is great. So when you're leading, this is how you go. Now, if I want to go back to the verse again, so I'll just come over here as the MD. I can say, hey guys, we're gonna go back to the verse. I'm gonna click here. I'm gonna unmute my repeat and mute my guide. Now watch.
Verse.
It's gonna go back into the verse. Okay, so now we do the verse again. So now what I can do, unmute this, mute this, go on to the next. And now when it gets to the end of the verse, it will go on to the chorus, just like this.
Chorus.
There you go. And that's why it makes it really powerful. So now the other thing I want to do is I want to come in here. All my pitched instruments, remember, when I brought it over, it didn't keep the Complex Pro. I'm going to highlight all my clips that are pitched. I'm going to come down to Complex Pro, turn it down, the formats. So now what I can do, check this out. Same thing for drums. Drums are beat. Remember, they're not pitched, but they are percussive. So and my clicks are the same way. All right. And then guide I usually leave on complex. So now, let's just say, okay, right now it's in the key of A, I believe. So let's just say I want to put it into the key of B. So I'm going to highlight all my pitched clips. A sharp, B, boom, that easy. I didn't mess with the drums. I didn't mess with the clicks or the guides. So it's not going to sound like chipmunks when they're telling us where to go. So just like so. And that's the power of Ableton. And it actually sounds pretty like normal. You wouldn't really be able to tell that it warped it. So I'm going to put it back down into A, highlight them all, click on transpose, hit delete. It just knocked them down. There you go. All right. So now what I want to do is I'm going to put it into file. Now anytime I'm going to collect all and save. You always want to collect all and save because it will put all the files within Ableton. If you don't do that, Ableton looks on your computer for the files, and it's like a mirror, it's a window, and it'll play from where the clip was originally located. And if you ever move those files, then it won't know where to look, and so there just won't be anything in those clips. And that's happened to me before, and I'm like, what is going on? It's really frustrating when you spend a lot of time and then you don't collect all and save. You just save it, save the live set, and it doesn't know where to look. So if you collect it all, it's going to put it actually into this file, this project. So I'm going to hit collect all and save, say yes to all of these. And then I'm gonna go into my Sing Love terabyte drive, and it's gonna be in backing tracks. And then I'm not sure. Actually, let me do something first here. Where is it? Go Tell It. I don't have a folder yet, so I'm gonna create a new folder. This will be Go Tell It. This is if I could type. Grace. So these are my backing tracks. There we go. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to cancel this here. And I'm going to go over here. I'm going to really fast just make this. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go up to collect all and save, and say yes to all this, and then this is just gonna go into our Ableton song tracks and my terabyte drive. We're gonna call it Go Tell It / This is Amazing Grace. Boom. So now what it's gonna do, you're seeing it's filling in all these clips, and that's good because it's putting the actual information of each one of those clips, the data, it's putting them into the to this project. And so anytime I take this project somewhere, put it on a new hard drive or whatnot, it's gonna bring all the information with it. Okay, so that is how to create the that's how to create a track in Ableton Live and running it in this format for kind of a worship leader or a worship leading setting. So now in the next video, I'm gonna do another video. I'm gonna actually bring this song into my set list, and that will be sort of the last video, and hopefully it helps. Please don't hesitate to comment or ask questions, email me, whatever. Definitely here to help. So